Am I live now? Hold on. Let me check. Oh, fire. Thank you. Goddamn. Okay. Okay, my first time commentating. No worries. Welcome to Tier 2 Phoenix Sim Sport for round 5 in China. Yeah, that's it. Just waiting for the drivers to go out to go for their first banker. And Hugh, first driver out, going to be the first driver to go across the line and set the banker and the lap time to beat for the others. What an ugly car. I'm kidding. The Squall have qualifying ban. What the... As we see now, Hugh going across the line to start his banker lap, and we're probably just gonna follow him for the entire lap. Into the first corner, a lot of lifting and light braking through here. A tricky corner to get right, at least on a banker lap. Through turn 2, I think, and onto the straight we go, okay. And now into the, basically a hairpin. And you can go surprisingly aggressively on the throttle here. Into the fast left. Just flat out in qualifying. Almost same with this right, just a little bit of braking. Before this tricky double left-hander, which can send you flying over the curbs. Thankfully Hugh did not do that. Before we come into the sharp left, before the extremely long right, which is incredibly tricky to get the power down, but of course he manages to do it just fine. Down the incredibly long straight, which can become boring in a race, at least from my experience. Into the second to last corner, the hairpin. Again, you can go aggressive on the throttle here, no problem. And then the fast left, easy to invalidate on the exit. He does not do that, and the provisional pole time will be a 31.0. That is probably going to get beaten by other drivers, but still a solid time to be the first man across the line. as we see Test Will coming in for a 31.7 and Ghost Rider for a 32.1, and we'll go follow Fat Cat. That's not Fat Cat. That's Fat Cat. And we see Wobby McQueen for a 31.9. And Flynn and Arrow for 32.5 and 33.1 respectively. But my guess will probably be that Fat Cat is going to get provisional pole time, as we see Verse 31.1 for him. And Fat Cat is looking quick, and the time is going to be a 30.4. As far as I'm aware, that's faster than a lot of tier 1 guys in TT. I don't know why Fat Cat isn't tier 1. I don't think he wants to drive in tier 1. But looking at it now, it's kind of unfair to have him in tier 2, I would say. And now we're going to follow... let me have a look. Nope. Okay. Where is everyone? Come on. Let me cook. There we go. Finally, a driver on a lap. Moralfo has not set a time yet, but he looks like he's on a flyer. And coming up to some traffic now, they'll hopefully get out of the way and let Moralfo cook. Where's Mitz? Why isn't Mitz here? Come on. And Moralfo getting the all-important tow from the other Alfa Romeo. Aston Martin, I mean. Aston Martin, okay. And... Huh? The other Aston Martin just went off track. Okay. And Moralfo now. Time is going to be... a P2 with a 31.0. Very close between him and Hugh. But we gotta remember that Moralfo got a massive tow, it seemed, from his teammate. Which is great teamwork, but if he does not get that on his next laps, it's gonna be hard to beat that time for him. And it seems every driver is just going into the pits. And Fat Cat just sitting in the middle of the track. Yeah, no action at the moment. Oh, never mind. I don't know how to pronounce that. But the Alpine goes to 8th place with a 32.1. And now I think there's officially no... Okay, never mind, I'm wrong again. There's the Adrian is on a flyer, he's in the fast right. Looks to get the power down very nicely. And onto the straight, there's something, a Red Bull, going out of his way to make not hold up Adrian. And coming up to the final corner, no one has invalidated there yet, I think. And neither does Adrian, and the time is going to be 31.7. Not bad at all. And is there anyone on... No. So, okay, we're just sitting here now, waiting for the second laps for these drivers. I assume they're going to go 3 laps, all of them. Most of them. I don't think people like Fat Cat will have time to do 3 laps, because they're still in the pits with 8 minutes left. Although Fat Cat probably doesn't need any more laps. I would think that lap time is more than good enough. Okay, hold on, let me cook. Let me cook. There, Fat Cat. Is that better? And Verse is going to start the flyer now. And if Verse wants to get to the front row of this, he needs a 1/10 improvement as it stands. But probably, I would say 2 or 3 if he wants to stay on the front row. Looks to get a little bit of wheel spin out of that corner, but other than that, it looks good. Going to the massive lockup from Verse there, it seems, unless that's just the spectator view. Didn't seem to lose him that much time though, so I guess it's fine. And through here, he gets on the throttle very nicely. This is, if he keeps this up, this is probably gonna be a 30.8 or a 7, I would think. Very nice here, needs to cut back to the inside, and he does, and that looks very good. Down the long straight now. Yes, down the long straight. There's an there's probably Fat Cat, maybe. No, it's not. It's the other Mercedes. Getting out of the way, and now through the hairpin onto the very short straight before the final corner. And he has backed out, it seems. Yes, he is going into the pits. He must have been validated somewhere. Well, let's check out. Okay. Test wheel. Maybe going to set up time soon. We'll see. Check on him later. And Moralfo just losing the car there. And there's no way that's gonna be an improvement for him. Or maybe he didn't lose too much. I don't think I can have the delta. So I don't know. And he lost the car again. And 2 times in one corner, 3 times in the lap. But is he just going to give the other Aston Martin a tow? He might do that. Oh, it's the other Aston also loses it. And he isn't even using the tow from the Aston ahead. Let's see which of these will set a lap time. Using the curb on the inside, hitting the curb on the apex, into the final corner, curb on... Oh, okay, he's going into the pits. And so is his teammate. No laps for them. It seems no one has set the lap time. Maybe Twinsicle will be the odd one out to set the time. We'll see. And he does not go into the pits, he's going across the line for an improvement. And it's P7 with a 31.7 for Twinsicle. Not bad from the Red Bulls today. drivers are probably going to wait until 2 minutes 30 is left and then go out. I would is my assessment of the situation. Twinsicle going to start a lap soon, or come in. The Alpine is on a lap, it looks like. Outbraking himself a little bit into there, but he manages to save it nicely. And this looks like it's going rapid. Down the back straight, DRS going to be wide open. Trying to use the tow from the Mercedes there. Not much, as the Mercedes was going so slowly. And takes the final chicane very nicely. Into the final corner. No, never mind. Into the pits. So few laps today. Everyone's just going in and out. Maybe Fat Cat is trying to do as Sebastian Vettel in Singapore, I think it was, where he set one lap and then didn't do any more driving that session. Never mind. As I say that, he is going out and is on an out lap. And he's probably going to impress us with a 30.2. And Verse as well going out, the Ferrari man. Everyone just going slowly, setting up for their laps. As the Alfa Romeo of Flynn looks like he is on a lap. And in the fast right, same as everyone else, very nice. Down the long straight, DRS open. Same as everyone else again. No traffic, this is going to be a clean lap from Flynn. Unless he invalidates as well and goes into the pits. Like everyone else this session. He's not, he's going to set the lap time. Will he improve from P12? It is a P10 for Flynn. 32.0. Not a bad lap time, but certainly a long way off pole. And it looks like Verse and Fat Cat and the gang are going to start their laps now. What? Red Bull. Hugh, yes. Hugh is going to be the first driver to set their final laps. As Fat Cat and someone, quite know. Yeah, Fat Cat and someone just reached the line, and no more drivers will be able to set times other than the ones on laps right now. And Hugh could be a contender for pole position today. His lap time is from the very start of the session with no track evolution. But he needs to find a big improvement to be able to challenge the pole. And Hugh across the line there, 30.8. Verse with a 30.8, 3 thousandths faster. And Fat Cat on pole position with, I believe, 1 lap. Which is not bad at all from the Australian. Of course, it is 4 AM for him at the moment. No, 2 AM. Sorry. It's 2 AM for Fat Cat Batman. And indeed, he did just set 1 lap. And I'm just taking a screenshot of this just in case. And there we are through qualifying into the race now, a 50% race. Probably the drivers are probably going to start on mediums and either move to hards or softs if there are no safety cars, and then if there's a safety car, probably a medium as a medium soft, I would guess. But we don't know, only the drivers know. And there is of course the 60-second rule, so we have to wait quite a bit. "60 seconds is a long time." And finally, the red lights are coming on, the race is starting, and they were not held for that long, and Fat Cat looks to get a bad start. Verse with a very good start, going down the inside of Fat Cat. There's nothing Fat Cat can do. And Verse now into the lead, as we see a fight between Flynn and Adrian and Ghost Rider. Side by side, as well as Arrow and Mr. Bust up ahead. And everyone seems to have gone through cleanly, yes. As we see Moralfo as well. No, sorry, Test Will going for a move on Moralfo. And Hugh on Fat Cat. Fat Cat has really dropped down the order. And now Test Will trying to go around the outside, didn't work out. And there's a lot of fights in the latter half of the grid, as the Alpine is going around the outside of the Williams, and the no one going for a move. No, sorry, there is Twinsicle going for a move around the Alfa Romeo, with the Aston Martin going on the inside. Oh, there's Arrow has lost a lot of places down there, as the Red Bull of Hugh is going into the P1 down the inside of Verse. Verse did everything he could, it looked like, maybe. And now Fat Cat as well, trying maybe to go for a move on Verse into turn 1 now. And he's not close enough, but he has to be careful with Fat Cat. Fat Cat might catch him up here, and it looks like he has. And there's an Alpha Tauri a long way back, as we see Moralfo pass Fat Cat on the inside. Very nice move from Moralfo. And Hugh really cementing his place in P1 in this race. And they are going very closely indeed. Very tight grid, except for the Alpha Tauri. But he probably was taken out by someone, as there are currently no battles on this grid. Although Squallop, starting from the back, has now passed Adrian for P11. He's looking to make up some ground after a qualifying ban. And Squallop, one of the fastest drivers in this field, will hope for to get up into the top 5 if he drives this well. Now on the back of Flynn, as we see Mr. Bust go past the Alpine, and there's a Red Bull in the barrier. That's Twinsicle. Very unfortunate for him, and he has got going again. He is now last and will have to hope for a safety car. And Arrow as well, going for a move on Light, and does Light have damage or something? He got double passed. Doesn't look like he has any damage. Oops. And Verse and Hugh really pulling away from the others now, 7/10 gap. If Moralfo loses gets outside of DRS distance from Verse, Fat Cat will have potentially an easy overtake on his hands. And Wobby and Test Wheel also hanging on nicely. And a 1.5 second gap to Mr. Bust. And this is the part of the race where everything settles down a little bit. No one trying to spin themselves out. As Fat Cat, I didn't see that. Fat Cat on a move, defending from Test Wheel. Test Wheel almost losing a position to Wobby McQueen there. Of course, Wobby McQueen, previous Tier 1 driver, decided to put himself in Tier 2 for this and last season. Very experienced driver, he has great racecraft, and the others will have to be careful, because suddenly he's there and they'll panic, because Wobby is a very quick driver. And Verse maybe going for a move into here. No, deciding to stay behind, wait for a better opportunity. Have I missed any battles, or is there nothing going on? Flynn? Maybe? No. Okay, nothing going on, okay. Squallop maybe. Yes, Squallop is going to go for a move on the straight here. He needs to make up ground in the early stages, or else it's going to be very difficult for him to catch up to his teammate. Squallop knows he's one of the fastest drivers here, and he has no problem overtaking anyone, almost anyone. And a very not a very easy pass. There's a Williams on his inside and an Alpine. Thankfully no one is facing the wrong way. Alpine just slotting behind the Williams. And now does the Alpine looks to have damage. I cannot confirm that, but it seems very likely. And no, doesn't look like he has any visible damage. Everyone's just sitting in a train at the moment. Nothing exciting going on. We'll see when the race gets going properly. And Fat Cat dominating in qualifying, not so much in the race. Dropped down 3 positions, 4 positions. Does Fat Cat have any Is he disconnected? He looks like he might be disconnected. There we go. Invite. And hopefully he doesn't lose too many positions. Well, yes, he is definitely disconnected. And now he might lose a position to Squallop very quickly. Squallop really charging through the field here, not losing too much to the guys ahead. And he is definitely looking to get a podium here, if not even a race win. But looking at how close the top guys are here, it's gonna be very difficult for him. As we see Mr. Bust also passing Fat Cat and Adrian. This is gonna be a tough recovery drive for Fat Cat when he gets back in the lobby. And Robbie McQueen only 3/10 behind Test Will. Test Will might be under pressure now. If Robbie McQueen is running a little low wings here, he might pass Test Will with the help of a little ERS. And Moralfo as well. And Arrow also passing Fat Cat along with Matt Pryor now. And as we can see, Fat Cat has now lost 13 positions to this AI. And Squallop making up ground 10 positions in 7 laps. A very nice job from him. And here we have the tires. Verse, P2 on hards. He's probably going to overtake Hugh anywhere from lap 10 to lap 15, I would guess the hards really come into play compared to the mediums. As well as Squallop as well, both Ferraris on hard tires. Very impressive from Squallop considering his tires. And same pace as Wobby at the moment, although Wobby might be held up a little bit by Test Will. Or by the train, really. And the Alpine, further back, starting on softs. Seems like he is struggling a little bit to keep up with Matt Pryor. Although Matt Pryor, a very quick driver. I think he won in Vegas in Tier 2 on his debut. And talking about debut, Light, I think it is his Tier 2 debut as far as I know. And probably not the debut he was hoping for. Now gap to leader. 13 seconds between Fat Cat and the leader. A very tight grid this. And Matt Pryor getting passed by Arrow. Arrow, a previous Tier 3 driver, I believe. He's made a very big improvement on this game in the last few months. And Squallop now catching Wobby McQueen. 5/10 last lap, maybe. I think he was 2 seconds behind last lap. Very good from him. And whoa, Squallop gaining another 2/10. He's now not too far behind. And Wobby almost getting passed by Testwill there. Testwill showing some very strong pace. But nothing really going on. Except Squallop, who is cooking. And it's going to be interesting to see Arrow and Matt Pryor fighting. Seem to be very equal, these two. And Matt Pryor gets a much better exit out of there. He's going to try to go for a move down here, I would guess. Down the inside. He goes for it. A risky move, he locks up a little bit. And he has to stay behind for the time being. Squallop now caught up to Testwill. Squallop has a really good pace right now. He might go for a win here. And Matt Pryor again. Something happening with him. Fat Cat, I think, is back in the lobby. Yes, he is. And he's looking to make up some ground for that disconnection he had. Yes. 13 seconds he has to make up now. And the only thing he can hope for is a safety car to save his race. Unless he gains 5/10 a lap the rest of the race. Which, who knows, he might. He was 5/10 ahead in qualifying. And Verse, I didn't catch that. Verse into the lead, fighting the Red Bull on the entry. Verse slotting into P1. And no one else going for a move except Matt Pryor and Arrow. Side by side into turn 1. And a great battle here. They've fought here 3 laps in a row now. Matt Pryor on the inside, probably going to end up ahead. Yes, he is. And yes, GOAT Ferrari. Ferrari is cooking. These two having an extremely exciting battle. Fat Cat sneaking up behind, 1.5 seconds behind now. Fat Cat is gaining time on these two everywhere, 1.3 seconds now. Never mind. Is Hugh going to go for a move here? I think he is. And what? Wrong camera angle, come on. Jesus Christ, okay. There we go. Hugh now into P1. Verse has to slot in behind for now, although he will have DRS down the main straight. Will he go for a move into turn 1? He might. Turn 1 is a very good overtaking opportunity for the drivers. And he sends it! And he is into he's into P1, and he made that move beautifully. And there's Arrow and Matt Pryor going to fight again. Not too much, no. And Fat Cat not making up quite... No, never mind. He is cooking. And let's see his time to the leaders. He has gained a second from last lap, which is very good from him. As a lot of these drivers are very patient. They have good racecraft, so there's there are not that many desperate moves from these drivers, as Squallop goes into P5 and Ghost Rider into P7 ahead of Flynn, it looked like. And Hugh not going for anything crazy on Verse. Verse just chilling in P1. Has Verse got a race win in Tier 2? That's my question. I don't... Oh, let me check. No, Verse does not have a race win yet. Today might be his lucky day. Or I say lucky, maybe he's just cooking. Why am I on light? Nothing happening with light. What is... Huh? Okay. Have they pit? That's a very far way, long way back. Yes, Test Wheel has pit. And he's gone onto the hard tires, looking to finish the race on these hards, unless there is, of course, a safety car. Very typical for these Phoenix races, safety cars, left, right, and center. And I would guess the medium runners should be coming in this or next lap. That's okay. Okay. Never. Okay. I won't even try to predict that. I'm not a strategy mastermind. And yeah, nothing happening. We gotta wait. And we see that Ferrari in P1 and Ferrari in P5. Squallop is going to be very eager to get past Wobby here. And he looks to have much higher potential pace than Wobby. Of course, he is on the hard tires, which will be the fastest tire at this stage of the race. And he... Oh! Is he going for move? No. He might just have outbroke himself there. And he definitely has more pace than Wobby at the moment. As we... Fat Cat is now up to P9 again. Unfortunately disconnected from him. Twin Skull! No. Why? What is happening with the intervals today? Okay, never mind the intervals, they're crazy. And Squallop, there we go. Squallop going for a move on Wobby, didn't work out. He might go for a move into the chicane here. Of course, if he uses ERS, it's going to be a very easy pass, starting the straight on 2/10 behind him. And Wobby really defending Squallop onto the grass there. And this might be a tough overtake for Squallop, unless he has massive bravery. And Wobby defending very nicely there. And Squallop doesn't... Oh, Moralfo into the pits he goes. And where is he going to come out? Probably behind Arrow, I would... That's my guess. Behind Arrow. No, not when Arrow pits. Okay. Squallop again trying to go past Wobby McQueen. Wobby McQueen defending, and but I don't... Oh, virtual safety car. I was going to say I don't think Wobby has anything to say at the moment with Squallop's impressive pace. And this is going to be very unfortunate for Moralfo, because he just picked the lap before the virtual safety car. If this is a long virtual safety car, Moralfo has been a little bit Unlucky. Yes, unlucky. Trying to find the right word there. And I can't see the delta of these drivers, but doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. This might be very, very, very annoying for Moralfo. I'm trying not to swear here. Trying to find different words, not, yeah. And still virtual safety car. This, no. Does this mean it's ending when it did that? I have no idea. We'll see. But everyone, I think, will be looking to pit during this virtual safety car. And there we go. Verse, Hugh, and Fat Cat speeding under VSC. That's going to be... that drive-through is going to absolutely ruin his race. And Squallop not pitting, choosing not to pit. Maybe trying to overcut the others. Although he probably should pit this lap along with Mr. Bust and Robbie McQueen. And Flynn and Matt Pryor. Unless they Squallop and Mr. Bust on the hard tires will try to stay out. And hope for another VSC or safety car. Not that much happening, although, yes, not that much happening. I would have thought more would be happening after a VSC. At least I make pretty ambitious moves after a VSC normally. But then again, I also had a 10 race DNF streak, so maybe it's good they aren't doing that. Let's check up on Fat Cat. Maybe he's doing something exciting. And has he served this drive-through yet? And Squallop and Mr. Bust now into the pits. Squallop going to end up behind Matt Pryor. And Verse, probably. The pit lane was longer than I first at first glance. And Squallop is coming out behind everyone. P8 for Squallop, although there are still 3 drivers who need to pit. So Squallop is effectively P5. Yeah, P5. And Fat Cat now has served his drive-through. And this is going to be a very painful experience for Fat Cat, going from pole to P15. Although I think that has been very typical for him in season 9 of Phoenix. Let me just have a look. Or maybe I am wrong. He is P2 in the championship behind Hugh. Hugh on 53 points and Fat Cat on 49. So Hugh is definitely going to extend that lead on Fat Cat. But Moralfo, 48 points, is 5 points behind Hugh. And at the moment, he is looking to score 3 points more than Hugh, if everything stays as it is. Verse with the fastest lap time. No, Hugh with the fastest lap time. 34.4. And Robbie McQueen pitting. Okay, there we go. Robbie McQueen behind Ghost Rider. But he is on the soft tires and is going to have those soft tires for 12 laps left of racing. When are we going to get tier 3 streams? No idea. Probably never. Yeah. Unless Darkness has some free time on Saturdays. I don't know if Darkness is watching. Yeah. Unless Darkness wants to, there's never going to be one. Flynn in P1, although... How long is the pit here? Like, let's say 25 seconds. Wrong... Okay, wrong button. No, wrong. There we go. So Flynn is effectively going to come out alongside Matt Pryor. And he's now in the pits. Let's see if my prediction was correct. Squall up 33.4. That's 1 second faster than the previous fastest lap. And he has gotten past test wheel, which I didn't catch. I was too focused on Flynn pitting. And Flynn, hold on, there we go, Flynn. Basically, yes, Flynn and Matt Pryor basically hugging at the moment. And Fat Cat 33.1 with the fastest lap. And yes, that's a very impressive fastest lap. And what the? Okay. Squall up, going to go for a move on Hugh. Does Hugh have ERS? He is blinking. He has less than 10% ERS. Yes, 6% ERS, just letting Squall up past to maybe get DRS on the next straight. But Squall up will have DRS as well. So this might... And he is losing a lot of time. How much? Okay. Squall up has 60%, and hold on. The two Ferraris have a lot of ERS, both of them, and everyone else does not. Everyone else is below. Okay, Matt Pryor with 70, but P11 to P3 are on less than 40% ERS. Except the Ferraris. And Ver's absolutely flying today. He is walking away with this victory unless his Ferrari teammate can challenge him, as there is a battle somewhere with Flynn again, I think. Yes, Flynn is blinking, he has very little ERS left. And the Alpine on the grass with the Haas going around the outside, now the inside, making the move on the Alpine. Nothing the Alpine could do there. And Matt Pryor looking to get past Flynn at this stage of the race. Flynn with very little ERS, it's probably going to be a very easy overtake for Matt Pryor with DRS and DRS, which none of those... Flynn has none of those, sorry. And let's see here. Is he going to absolutely send it? He's not. He's going to wait a little bit. Wait for a better opportunity. Maybe an opportunity where he won't die. We'll have to see. And Flynn really struggling with his ERS at the moment. Matt Pryor choosing to sit behind for a little bit longer. Robbie McQueen, the last car in this sort of train. Yes. Trying to go for test wheel, the other Haas driver. Yes. Okay. Squall Dog, Ferrari on top. I'm faster than Verse, to be honest. Skittles, why are you tier 3 then? Aren't you Ferrari tier 3? You should contact Mr. Goat and see if you can replace Verse. Although you will have to set in you'll have to have a very good application to become a tier 2 driver, looking at the results right now. What is this? Okay, Moralfo. I only practice on race day. Same. Except I lied. Okay. Don't worry. Verse has been caught up by Squallup very quickly. Squallup's, as I said previously, showing insane race pace at the moment. And Matt, Pryor and Flynn also fighting, it seems. But we're going to stay on this battle for the lead for a little bit. As, let's be honest, no one remembers a P5, everyone remembers a win. Except Soybean. I don't remember Soybean's wins, he wins all the time. He wins way too much. But, anyway... Why do you keep calling him Squall Dog? Squallup is the fastest driver on the field. On the track, sorry, at the moment. And I doubt he will spin. The only time I've seen Squallup spin is when I punted his rear end. In tier 1. He spun then. But not today. He's not going to spin. He's going to get an exceptional exit out of this corner. Less than 2/10 behind his teammate onto the straight. And DRS wide open. Going to be a very easy overtake for Squallup into the lead. And Verse is going to have to push extremely hard now to... And Light now, DNF from the race. I don't know what that's about. Probably retiring in the pit lane. But anyway, if Squallup gets one lap now, if Verse doesn't keep up with Squallup through the sector 1 and 2, Verse is going to have to settle for P2 because his pace is still very strong, just not as strong as Squallup. Looking at what's happened so far in this race, as Flynn going for something, it seems. Yes, Matt Pryor and Flynn side by side again with Arrow. I keep getting Discord messages. Oh. Okay. Anyway, exciting battles on track. A three-way battle for the last 2 point scoring positions. So one of these three will not get points today. And all three drivers very deserving of points today. They've all driven very good races. But only 2 can score points. Is Fat Cat still in the lobby? Yes, he is. He's driving his own race, hoping for a safety car. Although, I don't think a safety car can save him anymore. He's just too far behind to get any big points today, even with the safety car. And Moralfo and Mr. Bust switching positions or something, yes. Mr. Bust losing another position to Wobby McQueen as Flynn and Arrow... Oh, whoops, hold on. There we go. Side by side into the chicane. Who will come out on top? Flynn onto the curb, not ideal. And blinking, which is not ideal either. Let's see the tires here. There we go. Okay, Matt Pryor on the softs. He should have a massive pace advantage on the others. Doesn't seem to be quite realized yet that he has... Wait, hold on. Is Arrow just cooking on his hards? I think he might. Well, in that case, I do hope Arrow gets points today for his very good drive with the hard tires, holding back 2 soft runners. And Matt Pryor... there we go. What is he doing? If that's a retirement on track, it's going to be a penalty. What is Matt Bauer doing? Come on. He's my driver. Come on. What is bro doing? Okay, never mind. Let's go to Ferrari. Ferrari 1-2, leading on Red Bull by 5 seconds. If he ran out of fuel 4 laps before the end, he underfueled massively, maybe hoping for a safety car, which did not end up coming out. First tier 2 race without a safety car in probably 10 billion years. Oh, technical problems. Even less ideal than Flynn blinking on his ERS. But now is Verse going to get his first tier 2 win, race win? What? Hold on. Let me check. Has Squallop won yet in tier 2? I have no idea. let me check. Let's see the darkness statistics. I can't find him. There we go, Squallop. He does have 1 race win under his belt. Is this going to be his second? As we see Peter getting lapped now by both the Ferraris. Ferrari has really pulled off a masterclass in this race. Now leading by 6 seconds on Red Bull. Really in a league of their own today. I am going to commentate to curse them. Because, yes, because it's Ferrari, so... No, you don't need a morale boost. Aren't you leading the Tier 2 championship? Ferrari. Hold on. Let me check. Oh no, you're not! Not even close! You're P5, okay! Well, by the end of this race, you're going to be P1. Most certainly. And who has... Tires are still okay. Okay, let's see. Who has... No, wrong button. No, okay. There we go. Mercedes have the fastest lap. It would have been a maximum points finish for Ferrari. But unfortunately, they are just not fast enough. Couldn't get fastest lap, honestly. I think maybe Squallop and Verse are so dominant. I think Mr. Goat has to replace one of them with himself and move himself down to tier 2. And now a 7. I'm sorry if I'm missing any battles. I'm just focusing on the leaders. And Wobby looking very quick the last 2 laps on the soft tires. And he has faster tires than softer tires than everyone ahead, but maybe not faster. 9 lap old softs. And huh? Okay, the Alpha Tauri just spawned again. 8-second gap now from Verse down to Hugh. But this Ferrari 1-2 is pretty much set in stone at the moment. Nothing can happen to them, surely. And the Aston Martin... Oh! GOVEE not going for it, no, okay. Opting to stay behind for now. Moralfo wanting to pass Hugh these final laps, although passing on lap 26 might not be the best move for him. The best chance Moralfo has now is probably to pass on the final lap into the final chicane. There's actually surprisingly few battles on track at the moment. We have Flynn, of course. He's been fighting all race. I will jinx this. I will. Oops. Yeah. Maybe I'll just jinx Verse. How many jelly beans for Skittles? 500 jelly beans? That's a lot, bro. I would say... I don't think Mr. Goat will give you that. Mr. Goat's quite greedy. Just like Ferrari on track, sparing only one podium position for anyone else. Occupying the 2 top steps for themselves. Almost a 9-second gap now from Verse to Hugh. This is... and the question now really is... There are 2 questions. Is Verse going to send it on Squallop to get his first race win? Verse seems to be pushing very hard, wanting to get that first victory in Phoenix in Tier 2. Although some drivers will say anything less than a Tier 1 win does not count. I'm sure if Verse wins this one, he'd beg to differ, as we say. I don't think he's close enough unless Squallop makes a massive mistake into this fast right. Very easy to do so in this fast right. But Squallop very consistent this race, very quick this race. I'm sure nothing can happen to him these last 2 corners. Moralfo now probably going to absolutely send it, using all of his 4% ERS to get past you. Hugh also below 10%. Absolutely sending it. We can't follow the Ferraris over the line. We can, okay, never mind, they're already across. So it's going to be... Let me just watch these actually cross the line, okay. No track limits penalties for anyone, and that means Squallop P1, Verse P2, only 500s behind him. So he did want to get that Tier 1 win, he didn't manage to do it. But a very good day for Ferrari. Moralfo managed to get to P3 in the way I predicted a couple laps earlier, on the back straight with the DRS. Hugh has to settle for P4 with Test Wheel in P5. A good result for Test Wheel, not so much for his teammate with technical issues. Fat Cat managed to recover to P9 after getting disconnected. And that's a very good race from all of the drivers. No, I did not watch the formation, because I had better things to do, okay? I was watching Moralfo absolutely cook. And Squallop driver of the day, I would say absolutely deserved. He is my driver of the day as well. And let's see if we have any interviews. Hold on. Apparently, Squallop was told to finish in formation like Austria 2002, I believe. But he did not do that. He did not want to potentially give away this absolutely deserved win, which I completely understand. And let's get now the Ferrari drivers. Ferrari drivers in the combox. Yo, yo, yo! How did the race go for you two? Very much cooking from both of you. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Something is happening. Let me check. uh. Yeah. Okay, maybe now. Try now.
No.
There we go. Finally, it's working. Okay.
What?
Say everything you said again.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Okay, so basically, what happened? I started first, Squallop 16th. I took lead. No, I started second. Took lead in turn 1. Controlled the whole pace, whole race, and the pace of everybody else. So Squallop could easily catch up to the back of the train because he had that pace. Probably would have caught up anyways, to be honest. But it's better to make it easier for your teammate. Virtual safety car comes out. I pit under like the right end of it. Squallop stays out. We basically work together. Squallop had so much more pace. Then at the end, when he caught me, I said, "Just go in front, give me the DRS. Let's gap him by 10 seconds." And that's happened. That is what happened, basically.
Yeah. So you were cooking.
Yeah, we were absolutely cooking. The first time we've ever worked together as teammates, and it was a complete revenge for what happened last weekend for both of us.
For the whole
both of
season,
us.
really, for me.
For the whole season, but definitely mainly last weekend. That fueled all of it.
Should we get your TP in here as well?
I mean, he was in the waiting room. Drag him in it, bro. That's your job. There you go.
Yo!
Okay, a short sentence from Goat. Well, how do you feel about this one too?
Come back, baby! The championship charge is back on.
Championship challenge
I
is
don't
ready.
think I'd say.
Yeah, that's enough from Goat. Bye bye, Goat.
Okay.
Oh.
Who even finished third? Was it you?
Moralfo. Well, let's get Fat Cat.
Oh, why Fat Cat here?
So unlucky,
This guy
unlucky.
disconnected after the race.
Fatty.
What? Why am I here?
Because you were cooking in P9.
Bro, shut up.
Ask him about his qualifying
How was your
round.
race, Fat Cat?
Terrible.
Yeah, I saw.
The qualifying was the highlight, I think.
Yeah, you were cooking
Yeah,
in qualifying.
Yeah,
Skittles,
until
what are you
we
waffling about?
disconnected from the race.
Okay.